In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can test Filament's registration form and its email verification logic. So before filming this video, I added must verify email to the user model, and then on the customer panel, I've added registration and email verification. And after adding these two things, it's given us this registration form. So I've already just pre-filled the details in, and if we sign up, it's actually going to give us a 403 forbidden. Now this is because on the user model, before in a previous episode, we added this. So it has to have a verified email to access the panel. But Filament's email verification system is inside the panel. So you're basically stopping yourself from being able to verify your email address. So we actually need to modify this. So if we go, so if we look at the panel, that's wrong though, so we will just return true because this is a public panel and we want people to be able to access it. And then we're just going to return false. So this is better than just returning true and just doing something like that, because it might lead to potential mistakes. So if you ever add another panel, and this might slip through the cracks and you might actually give access to a panel you don't want to give access to. So after that has been added, we can go back to this. And this is Laravel Filament's email verification page, and you can resend it there, and I'll explain this in more detail in a bit. But then the current tests for this panel, so the customer auth tests, some of these are going to be broken now. So this test is broken because it's saying it's not forbidden, it's just redirecting me. This is because now, assert redirect, and I think it's prompt. Nope. If you want to find the roots for these things, you can go, let's clear this and start again. So you can go art. Art is just a shortcut I've created for PHP Artisan, and then you can go root list, and that'll show you all the Filament roots. And as you can see, I've already searched for it. So it's Filament customer auth email verification prompt. That is the root. So if we add this in, this test should pass now. Yep, great. And then the login tests. I think it's just this test. Yes, so it does not log in a user with an unverified email address. Obviously, we want the users to be able to log in now if they have an unverified email, because now it will just redirect them to that email verification page. They won't be able to access any other pages in the panel until they verify their email address. So this test can just be removed. I just realized I made a bit of a mistake there. This should be return false. We do not want to be just returning true. So I've created this register test file in the customer panel again, and just under a pages folder, but you could put it wherever you want really. And again, I've added the Filament set current panel to the customer panel, and then I've just created a simple test that it does not allow authenticated users to access the registered pages. Now this might be a little bit overkill because you're pretty much just testing the framework at this point, but I just think for demonstration purposes, there's no harm in having it in there. So we're just acting as the user, we are getting the customer auth register root, and then we're just asserting that it will redirect us back to the customer dashboard if they are an authenticated user. So this will be our first proper registration test. So I've already written out just to save you some time. So we're using the Livewire pest plugin again, and then we are passing in the register filament class. That's that one there. We are filling the form with all the details it needs, and then we are calling the register function on the register class, which is this one. And go back to the test, which is certain there's no form errors, and then we are grabbing the user by the email, and we're just first off failing it to make sure that there's no issues. Asserting the date is correct, assert that it set the password properly, and then asserting that it's logged in. I extracted the form data out into a variable. I did it in the before each, so it's accessible in all of the tests. I've then used it in this new test. So it sends the Filament email verification notification. I should probably change this to after registering. So I am faking the notification. This is because we want to assert that it's sent down here, and you need to fake it before you perform the action. Again, I'm just using the live wire, register, fill in the form, calling the register function, asserting there's no errors, and then I'm getting the user by the email address again, and then I'm asserting that the notification was sent to the user, and this was the notification. Now this is Filament's verify email address. Verify email notification. So there's actually, if you click into this one, into Filament's version, it actually extends the base version of this, which is the default Laravel one. So it's important that you need to use their version if you want to test this. That's about it for testing, really, for the registration form and email verification. You could test the email prompt page, but I think that's slightly overkill because email verification doesn't really change. But like, if a registration form, if you haven't added a certain field to this, so for instance, I've added this default of false to the is admin boolean. But if we take that off, this test should fail now. Yep, because it's saying is admin, it's not nullable. So I think it is important to test this sort of thing to make sure that if you ever add a new field to the users table, then you'd pick up that there's a problem there, and you'd be able to extend Filament's registration class and add the fields that you need, so you could add them into the get fields function. If you would like to learn how to test the email prompt page specifically, then please let me know in the comments, and I'll create a separate video for that. So I think we just now need to manually test that it's actually all working. So this was the page, and it's added the email verification notification to the queue. So we need to start the queue up, queue work, and there it is, it's running. Done, and I have set up Mailtrap for this. So all we got to do is verify the email address, and then we're in. So it's only taken 3 episodes, but we're finally inside the panel. I hope the video was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please do like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I've left a link to the GitHub repository in the description, which has got all the code from this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one.